Today I decided that we're going to be looking at the entire Call of Duty Ghost story. And now you may ask, didn't you cover this video already? Or there's only one story to tell? But a few months back, we wrote a second part to the game and then a third part covering a fan-made story and finishing the Ghost series once and for all. Now, we don't know if Call of Duty is ever going to actually release a Call of Duty Ghost 2 or even a Call of Duty Ghost 3. It seems far-fetched. It seemed like a lot of these characters and actors and the original writers and everyone that was part of the team maybe isn't really a part of the team anymore. And so we may never get a true sequel and a true definitive answer to the cliffhangers of Call of Duty Ghosts. And so we decided to do that ourselves. And today I have composed all three of our videos and we've put them together. The first game that we're covering is Call of Duty Ghosts 1, which is obviously the original. Then we're going to cover Call of Duty Ghosts 2, and then we're covering Call of Duty Ghosts 3. And that way you can have some resolution to some of the questions that you may have had at the end of Call of Duty Ghosts. Thank you for being here, and let's begin. In 2017, we find Elias Walker telling both of his sons, David Hesh Walker and Logan Walker, about the creation of an elite special military task force named Ghost while out hiking in California. Elias is a retired U.S. Army captain, and both of his sons are 18 and 16, with the youngest being Logan. After Elias finishes his story, they decide to head back home. However, a massive earthquake-like shake occurs, and missiles begin to fall all over the city.
Dad, what's happening? It's Odin! To the house, boys! Now!
The brothers seek cover while Elias heads out to find a way out of the disaster. Now, Elias believes that Odin is behind the destruction going on in the city. Now, the United States many years ago set up an Orbital Defense Initiative, which is a super weapon that utilizes kinetic energy. This weapon was an attempt to protect the US from any foreign attack, specifically coming from the Federation, which is a South American coalition of many South American countries led by a general with hatred towards Americans and the United States. Well, in 2017, while Elias was telling his kids the story of the Ghost, members of the Federation infiltrated the United States space station and hijacked Odin and turned it against the United States, leaving massive destruction in its wake and almost killing Elias and his sons. However, Odin would self-destruct due to the sacrifice of the great men and women that were stationed on Odin on that day. However, the damage was already done and the United States was on the cusp of death.
After turning Odin against us, the Federation stood on the doorstep of America, poised for the kill. They thought we were weak, crippled, prey, waiting to be taken. We fought hard. We fought well. We fought them to a bloody stalemate. And here, just beyond the craters of no man's land, we find ourselves in a defensive war against a more powerful enemy.
10 years would go by and the Federation would rise to great power and grow larger than ever before. The United States had been fighting against the Federation for years, and Logan and Hesh were now a part of the US Army and a part of a unit led by their father Elias, who returned to active duty following the 2017 disaster. During a routine operation, Hesh and Logan stumbled upon a Federation camp and encountered what appeared to be an American working with the Federation who goes by Rourke. This man is seen taunting a member of the Ghost team.
Hey, you see that guy's mask?
So nice you could join us. Rourke, what's the matter? You look like you've just seen a ghost. You won't get anything from me. Well, that's too bad then. No, you didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you? Oh, no. You and me got a lot of catching up to do. Move everything to Firebase Charlie, including him. Operation Homecoming will proceed on schedule.
Firebase Charlie. Operation Homecoming.
Viking, what's your position? You boys better double time it or you get left behind.
Roger that, we're on our way.
The brothers make their way through the camp, and once they reach the woods, they are ambushed by wolves.
Merrick?
Walker, I believe you have something for me.
We came across some feds moving a guy to Firebase Charlie. You one of yours?
Yeah, Ajax. All right, we don't have a lot of time. You can stick with us, but you do what I say when I say it. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And after being rescued by members of the Ghost team, which were led by Merrick, Logan and Hesh, joined them to rescue their captured teammate, Ajax. However, by the time they reach Ajax, he is dead.
Unwiley, he found Ajax! Ajax!
How is he?
It's bad.
Son of a bitch. Hang in there, Ajax. Hang in.
Rourke. It was Rourke. He's targeting. Look, the wall.
Come on, hang in there, Ajax.
He's gone.
Damn it.
Merrick, you gotta look at this.
Get him ready to move. It's a kill list. Rourke's targeting ghosts.
But who the hell is Rourke?
No time to explain, kid. They're coming in. We need to move. Keegan, bring him. We leave now.
And after escaping the Federation's heavy attack, they reunite with their father, who reveals himself as the leader of Ghost.
Dad! This whole time, you were one of them. You're Ghost.
Try the Ghost. That's your commanding officer.
You boys have no idea how hard this was for me. But once I make a choice, there's no turning back. You and your brother still have a lot to learn. But you passed all your tests. Welcome to the Ghosts.
We're ready. We won't let you down.
There's no way you ever could. I'm proud of you. Both of you.
That's all well and good. But what the hell are we gonna do about Rourke?
Rourke. That's the guy hunting the Ghost, right?
Yeah. He's good. Very good. And he knows how we operate.
But how's that possible?
He was one of us.
Here Elias tells his sons about Rourke, who used to be a ghost himself and the leader of their task force. 12 years earlier, in 2015, Rourke led the Ghost on a mission to weaken the Federation in Caracas by killing General Almagro, the leader of the Federation. Elias believed that Rourke became obsessed with killing Almagro and almost viewed him as a bounty rather than a target. During this operation, the Ghosts were successful in killing the general. However, Rourke would be left to die.
Everyone good?
We're too heavy. Elias, I need you to...
Shit, Rourke! Somebody grab him! The whole thing's shifting! It's breaking apart! We gotta move now! What are we doing here, Elias? We can't save him!
Elias!
We're too heavy! You gotta let him go!
So what did you do?
I made the hardest decision of my life. I let him go and saved the others.
So what happened to him?
We searched for his body for weeks. Finally, we were pulled. He was declared MIA.
But why is he hunting Ghosts?
The Federation got to him first. Whatever they did, if they can turn him, they can turn anyone. And a Ghost won't stop until he completes his mission.
So, find him before he finds us.
Exactly. There's a man in Caracas who knows where he sleeps. Victor Ramos. He heads up R&D for the Fed. Few men get close enough to call a man like Rourke friend. Ramos is one. To find Rourke, we're going back to Caracas, where this all started.
The team is now after Rourke and they come up with a new mission to capture him, which is successful, and during the extraction, Elias begins to question his former captain.
That's enough! What did they do to you?
Same thing you did. They set me free.
He taught me a long time ago.
Ghosts don't break. Now, I'm gonna ask you one more
Everyone
time.
breaks, Elias. Why don't you ask your buddy Ajax? Well, he were still with us.
Grab his chair. Grab his chair. Bring that bastard over here.
So this is how it ends, Elias? You gonna throw me out of this plane?
You're gonna tell me all about that dig site in San Diego.
What? You gonna drop me, Lieutenant? Again?
Answer me, Rourke.
You really think you're gonna break me, Elias? Bring it on! Come on! Here I am!
Logan, bring him to me. It's over, Rourke. We beat you.
You haven't beaten me, Elias. You just made my job a hell of a lot easier.
However, Rourke was once again ahead of the Ghost and already had a team in place for his rescue.
If you make it out of this, kid, come find me. There's always room for one more.
The team crash land in the Amazon jungle, and once they reunite, they witness a rocket being launched. This prompts the team to investigate further after their escape from the Amazon jungle.
NORAD was able to say conclusively the missile launched in the Yucatan did not hit the USA.
Where did it go?
That's exactly what I'm sending you boys to find out. The President has authorized Operation Clockwork, an assault on a Fed facility high in the Andes that could give us the answer. You will infiltrate the facility and gather any information you can on their missile program.
What about your old friend, Rourke? He won't stop coming for us.
Rourke will get his, but as of now, Clockwork is the priority.
After their operation in the Andes, they find intel regarding a classified operation in a factory located in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The Ghosts are able to destroy the Brazilian defenses guarding the Brazilian coast, which frees them a path into the factory. Here they discover the Federation had reverse engineered Odin's technology and developed their own orbital bombardment system named Loki.
Give us a look at the main unit. Look for the rod. Right there, that's it. It's a kinetic rod delivery system.
Like the ones that took out San Diego.
Yeah. These are smaller, but there's a lot more of them. Definitely based on our Odin design. We need to find out how many they've built. Good work, boys. This was a big find. Arclight, entire wing confirmed for bombing run. Total coverage is go for effect. Drop everything. Let's move.
Copy, Scarecrow. Genesis confirmed. 80 clicks out, 6 minutes. En route for full effect.
The Ghosts would destroy the factory in an attempt to stop the Federation and their work. After this, Logan, Hesh, and other members of Ghost Team would regroup with Elias in Las Vegas.
Hold up. Something feel off to you?
Security's working.
Get him! Rally, hide!
yourself. You're awake. Good. Nice to have the family back together, isn't it? We're just missing our quiet friend. Where's Keegan?
You know I'm not telling you a damn thing.
No? Let's see if I can change your mind.
No! Son of a bitch, I'm gonna kill
Easy,
you!
Junior. I ain't even started with you yet.
Logan, look at me. Look at me, son.
That's right. You look at him. That's it. Show him how much pain he's causing you. Funny thing about your old man, he lets his men die to save his own ass.
Damn it, Rourke! This is between you and me! Leave my boys out of it!
You're talking to a superior, Lieutenant. Show some discipline.
You were never one of us. You're not a ghost.
Well, that's just because I'm better than you. Ah! I've always been better than you! But you call yourself a ghost? Ah! You're nothing. You and your sons are dead. Your name dies with you. Oh, he's still got a little life in him. Didn't he ever tell you not to aim guns at people? They could go off. Ah. That's it.
Logan! Logan!
Whew. You got fire in you, kid. I like that. Risking your life to protect your captain. You could learn something from him, Elias.
He's my son.
Yeah? And he's gonna get to watch you die.
I'll kill you, you hear me? I'll kill you, you son of a bitch! I'm gonna kill you! Motherfucker! I'm proud of you, Logan. Everything's gonna be okay.
You are right, Elias. I'm not a ghost. I'm the man that hunts them and sends them back to the other side.
Hesh and Logan manage to escape and are aided by Merrick. Once they escape, Hesh and Logan promise to get revenge for their father, and Merrick, who seems to be acting leader of Ghost, officially makes both Walker brothers official Ghost members.
Lieutenant Mack, please report to the flight deck.
When the assault starts, we need a ghost team on the ground.
We'll be ready.
And you'll be leading this one, Hesh.
You're not coming?
I'll be in Elias' seat, coordinating your resources. Your father was a great man, a great leader. He saw the same potential in both of you. Here, Logan. This belonged to him.
Sorry, boy. Your job's done. You're going with Merrick.
He'll be safe.
By now, the United States and the Ghost team have realized that once the Federation's Loki becomes fully operational, they will be defeated for good. The United States prepare for an all-out attack against the Federation and their space center in Chile, while at the same time, a small unit of soldiers would board a shuttle to take over the Federation's satellites in space. During this, Logan and Hesh would pursue Rourke to avenge the death of his father and all the ghosts that Rourke had killed. And during the pursuit, Hesh and Logan are able to corner Rourke in a train.
Copy, Hesh. We're moving in on Rourke. If you hear the word checkmate, you will fire in our position. Confirm. Say again. Repeat your last. You heard me, Merrick. On checkmate, hit this train.
We can't take any chances, Logan. Even if we fail, Rourke dies. Okay, 3, 2, 1. You can't win, Rourke. It's over.
Checkmate.
Checkmate confirmed.
What was that? What'd you do?
Lost, Rourke. It's It's over.
You got him, Logan.
You did it.
Merrick, come in. Merrick, do you copy?
Hesh, is that you?
Yeah, I'm with Logan. We're okay.
And Rourke?
Dead. He's dead.
Copy that. The Federation's in full retreat. The rest of the payload's inbound to finish the job. Sit tight. Recon's coming for you.
And as Logan and Hesh wait for a rescue team, they look on as the Federation has taken a major blow and the tide seems to have finally turned in their favor.
I'm proud of you, Logan.
Look at what you did. You're good. You'd have been a hell of a ghost. But that's not gonna happen. There ain't gonna be any ghosts. We're gonna destroy him together.
Sometime later, we see Logan inside a pit in the jungle where Rourke is putting him through the same torture methods that he went through in an attempt to break and turn Logan against the Ghost. The Ghost must face a new threat from within the remnants of the defeated Federation, which has now splintered into rogue factions with their own ambitions. The game opens up with a cinematic sequence recounting the events of the first game, particularly the shocking finale where Logan Walker was captured by Gabriel Rourke.
You're good. You'd have been a hell of a ghost. But that's not gonna happen. There ain't gonna be any ghosts. We're gonna destroy him together.
And subjected to intense psychological conditioning. We see flashes of Logan's memories being manipulated, his mind twisted to turn against his own team, and glimpses of his brutal training under Rourke. The prologue then cuts to a mission that is set 3 years later in the Colombian jungle. Logan, who has now been rescued by the Ghost, is still haunted by his ordeal and is leading a reconnaissance operation, and alongside him is his brother, David Hesh Walker, and several other Ghost operatives, including Keegan P. Russ and new recruit Jessica Ramirez. This mission is to investigate a suspected Federation remnant base. However, things quickly go wrong when the team is ambushed by enemy forces. Using advanced tactics and weaponry, Logan begins to experience disorienting flashbacks, hearing Rourke's voice, which nearly causes him to compromise the mission. The team barely escape with their lives, signaling that a new and powerful enemy has emerged. Now, before you ask, when Logan was rescued, Rourke was nowhere to be found. It seemed like he vanished into the shadows. The game officially begins with the Ghosts reeling from their near-fatal ambush in the Colombian jungle. Hesh, now the acting leader of the Ghosts, decides to regroup and investigate further. They gather intelligence and discover that a new faction known as La Sombra is responsible for the attack. The group is led by General Diego Almagro, a former high-ranking Federation officer believed to have been killed in 2015 by Elias Walker and the Ghosts. The Ghosts receive intel from Merrick, who is now their mission commander and usually is heard through communications for the duration of the game. Merrick informs the team on the ground that a high-ranking officer from La Sombra has been spotted in a cartel-controlled area in the Venezuelan jungle. The mission is to extract the officer alive for interrogation, and as the team infiltrates the cartel stronghold, they face heavy resistance and environmental challenges, like mudslides and dense foliage. They manage to capture the target, but before they can extract him, they come under attack by La Sombra's elite forces, who use advanced drones and stealth tactics. The team barely escape with their prisoner. Now, back at a safe house in Brazil, the Ghosts interrogate their captive. Under pressure, he reveals that Almagro is planning a series of coordinated attacks on vital infrastructures across the Americas, aiming to destabilize the region and prepare for a larger takeover. Now, the prisoner hints at a powerful weapon known only as El Eclipse, but before he can give more details, an explosive device implanted in his body is remotely triggered, killing him instantly. The Ghosts are sent to Buenos Aires, Argentina, where La Sombra is suspected of conducting secret meetings with local warlords and mercenaries. This mission involves both urban and stealth combat, as the team navigates the ruined streets and underground sewers of a city still reeling from the Federation War. They discover a warehouse filled with weapon caches and propaganda materials. Hesh and Logan find documents pointing to a hidden base in the Andes, where Almagro is developing a new technology. But before they can leave, they are ambushed by La Sombra operatives. However, the team manages to extract the information that they needed. The Ghosts head to the Andes Mountains to locate the hidden base. The mission involves high-altitude infiltration, navigating through narrow passes, and enduring severe weather conditions. They face enemy patrols using experimental exoskeleton and advanced gear. Inside the base, they discover that Almagro has been reverse engineering old Federation technology and is close to perfecting a cloaking device for large-scale use. The team plants explosives but is forced to leave before they can destroy the entire base, encountering a new enemy type, a group of elite soldiers called Las Sombras, which is Diego Almagro's elite special forces.
Neptune, this is Merrick. We're inbound for hot exfil.
Understood. We'll be in position in 45 seconds.
Back at the Ghost headquarters, Merrick receives a mysterious transmission with a scrambled voice claiming to be Rourke, who offers intel on Almagro's next move, but demands extraction from a remote prison camp in the Caribbean. Despite the risk of a trap, Hesh decides to investigate, believing that they need every advantage to stop Almagro. The mission involves a nighttime raid on the prison camp, where they fight through waves of guards and automated turrets.
Go. Much time.
Let's get that bug in place.
They find Rourke alive, but heavily guarded. Rourke is extracted, but not before revealing to Logan in a tense face-off that Almagro has plans to turn El Eclipse into a weapon capable of knocking out power grids across entire continents. Returning with Rourke provides divisive with the team. Logan is struggling with his internal conflict, feeling the pull of Rourke's conditioning. Meanwhile, Jessica begins to suspect that Rourke may be manipulating the entire team. Rourke gives the team a lead on a secret research facility in the Galapagos Islands, where Almagro scientists are supposedly perfecting El Eclipse. The Ghosts infiltrate the island facility under heavy surveillance and hostile terrain, using stealth to avoid detection by automated defenses. They uncover a hidden laboratory working on an EMP device, a critical component of El Eclipse. A major battle ensues as they try to extract the data. However, the facility is destroyed in a massive explosion. Team realize that they have been one step behind, as Almagro has already moved the completed weapon to a new location. After this, the Ghosts look within themselves and question how Almagro knew that they were coming. The Ghosts start suspecting a mole is within their ranks, and Merrick uncovers evidence that communications have been repeatedly intercepted, but they can't pinpoint who the mole is initially. Suspicion begins to mount around various members, and tensions within the group escalate. However, with the help of Jessica, Merrick uncovers an encrypted communications log that points to Keegan as the mole. The sergeant would be confronted by Hesh, Merrick, and Logan. Keegan initially denies it, but is eventually forced to admit the truth when evidence is stacked against him. Keegan explains that a few months back, during a covert op, he was captured by soldiers associated with La Sombra. Keegan explains that he was subjected to psychological manipulation and torture. La Sombra had also discovered Keegan's family and was told that they would be killed if he did not help, and so in exchange for his family's safety, Keegan was forced into becoming an unwilling informant, feeding La Sombra crucial intel about the Ghost operations and their movements. Keegan's betrayal causes a rift within the team, especially with Hesh, who feels deeply betrayed by someone he considered a brother. Logan, who has been struggling with his own inner demons, sees a reflection of his own manipulation state in Keegan and tries to advocate for understanding. Merrick is less forgiving, seeing Keegan's actions as a clear betrayal, regardless of the circumstances. Despite his betrayal, Keegan's knowledge of La Sombra operation proves valuable. He offers to help the team turn the tables on La Sombra, providing insight into Almagro's plans and locations, but only if they give him a chance to redeem himself. The Ghosts, though conflicted, decide to use Keegan's information for a crucial mission, knowing that it may be their last chance to stop La Sombra and Diego Almagro. The Ghosts launch a desperate mission to intercept La Sombra forces that are preparing to deploy El Eclipse. They conduct a high-stakes assault on a convoy moving through a desert in Arizona. The battle includes vehicular combat, aerial support, and sabotage. During the fight, Logan begins to have another breakdown, hearing Rourke's voice, leading to a moment of hesitation that almost cost him the mission. However, Hesh intervenes and manages to save him, renewing their brotherly bond. With the final location of El Eclipse confirmed, a heavily fortified underground bunker complex in the Rocky Mountains, the Ghosts prepare for their most dangerous mission yet. The complex is guarded by Almagro's most loyal and fanatical troops, led by the elite Las Sombras. The Ghosts must fight through multiple layers of defenses, including drone swarms, heavily armed enemy units, and advanced countermeasures. During this final assault on Almagro's bunker, the team realized that the facility's defense system may be too strong to break through, and Merrick informs them that they can disable the defense systems from within. However, it's a one-way mission, as it will be heavily guarded. Initially, Hesh offers to go, but Keegan stops him and volunteers for the dangerous solo mission, proving his loyalty to the Ghosts one last time. During this mission, Keegan sacrifices himself to ensure the team's success. His sacrifice is a powerful moment that brings the team back together. And with the facility's defenses now down, the Ghosts push towards the heart of the bunker.
Keep moving! More contacts! Structure at 10 o'clock!
The Ghosts reach the heart of the bunker and face Almagro himself. A dramatic firefight ensues, culminating in a tense confrontation between Logan, Hesh, and Almagro. During the final moments, Almagro reveals the twisted justification for his actions. He believes only by creating a new world order can humanity avoid the mistakes of the past. Logan, battling his inner demons, overcomes his conditioning and manages to shoot Almagro point blank in the head, preventing the launch of El Eclipse. However, just as they think it's over, Rourke reappears, having orchestrated Almagro's rise to distract the Ghosts and draw them out. Rourke triggers a self-destruct sequence, forcing the Ghosts to flee the collapsing bunker. The Ghosts barely escape the bunker as it collapses. Their victory feels hollow. Rourke has vanished, and his true motives remain a mystery. The game ends with the Ghosts receiving one final transmission, Rourke's voice taunting them that the shadows will always remain and that a new war has just begun. The screen fades to black, with the sound of a heartbeat signaling Logan's continued struggle with his inner darkness and the promise of one final confrontation with Rourke. Welcome to Call of Duty Ghosts 3, The Final Hour. The story picks up immediately after the events of Call of Duty Ghosts 2, Shadows of Vengeance. Gabriel T. Rourke, now the leader of La Sombra, has reshaped the organization into a decentralized, highly lethal force aimed at global destabilization and mass chaos. The Ghosts, reeling from the betrayal of Keegan and their narrow victory over Almagro, must now confront their most dangerous adversary ever, in Gabriel T. Rourke, who knows their tactics, their weaknesses, and most importantly, how to break them. The game begins with the Ghosts extracting from a failed mission in Mexico City. Rourke, using La Sombra's resources, has set up traps to decimate the Ghosts' support team. Hesh leads the survivors through a chaotic urban firefight, barely escaping with their lives. During the escape, they recover intel from a dead enemy operative that hints at a much larger plan, Project Revenant. The Ghosts regroup at a secure base in the United States, where they meet with senior military officials to debrief and analyze the recovered intel. It becomes clear that Project Revenant is Rourke's plan to strike at critical infrastructure worldwide to trigger a global crisis. The Ghosts must now operate independently, as Rourke's mole network has extended and his sleeper agents have infiltrated the highest levels of military command. And a few days later, a La Sombra cell would take control of an oil rig off the coast of Scotland, who turned it into a base for cyber attacks on NATO networks. The Ghosts, led by Merrick, conduct an assault on the rig to shut down the server and neutralize the operatives. During this mission, they discover that Rourke is coordinating with rogue elements within several global terrorist organizations. Jesse uncovers that Rourke plans to frame the Ghosts for a bombing at a diplomatic summit in Dubai. The team is sent to stop the bombing and clear their names, but they are intercepted by local forces, believing them to be the culprits. The Ghosts must navigate the tightly guarded hotel under heavy suspicion while defusing the bombs and exfilling without causing international tensions. After this mission is a success, the Ghosts track Rourke to a La Sombra fortress hidden in the favelas of Sao Paulo. They launch an attack to capture a member of La Sombra who holds information on Rourke's next target. The mission turns into a brutal close-quarters firefight, which tests the Ghosts' combat skills and endurance, but once again, they come out on top. The captured La Sombra soldier reveals that Rourke has established a hidden command center in the mountains of Chile. The Ghosts would launch a high-altitude raid and fight against La Sombra's elite forces.
Close.
However, during this mission, Logan would have a flashback triggered by Rourke's brainwashing, and this caused him to lose focus, and he would later confide in Hesh about the ongoing struggles that he's been dealing with for so long. The Ghost here would learn that Rourke plans to detonate a tactical nuclear weapon in Washington, D.C. to cripple the U.S. government and military that remains. They rush to intercept this, engaging in a race against time through the city's underground tunnels and abandoned metro lines. Jesse manages to hack into the weapon system just in time, preventing a catastrophic explosion. Eventually, Merrick would discover the location of Rourke's main hideout, which was a heavily fortified, abandoned military base in Caracas, Venezuela. They planned an all-out assault on the military base, but when they got there, nobody was at the base. It was completely empty, except for a live video feed that was taunting the Ghost and specifically Hesh and Logan. Rourke was saying in the feed that his plan to destabilize the world is already in motion. After leaving Caracas empty-handed, the Ghost follow a new lead in London, where they believe Rourke is planning another high-profile attack during a state visit by Allied leaders. As they attempt to foil the plan, they realize that Rourke has yet another trap, targeting civilians to make the Ghost appear like terrorists. They manage to thwart that attack, but the reputation takes a slight hit. And now, if you guys are wondering, the world is rebuilding itself after the big war against the Federation. It took a massive toll on everything from politics to power. So that's why the world in Call of Duty Ghosts 3 might seem a little bit better than it was in the very first Call of Duty Ghosts game, as the world has been rebuilding since the defeat of the Federation. I just wanted to put that out there. For our final act, La Sombra has been weakened, but not defeated. The Ghost track Rourke to a high-tech facility in Zurich, Switzerland, where he's preparing to launch the final phase of his plan. A coordinated series of attacks designed to cripple global infrastructure. The Ghost must fight through drone security, robots, and cyber hackers to reach Rourke, who narrowly escapes in a helicopter at the last moment, leaving behind clues to his final location. But with this, the Ghosts know that Rourke is finally on the retreat and that he is finally vulnerable. The Ghost would locate Rourke's final stronghold, which was located in the Siberian wilderness, where he was holed up in a bunker. The Ghost knew that at this point they finally had Rourke dead to rights, and it was only a matter of time before they got to him. So the Ghost launched an all-out attack, where most of the unit would assault, and the main team would consist of Hesh, Logan, Merrick, Jesse, Kick, and Neptune, as well as Riley the dog. They would all get together as a unit and head towards that bunker to finally get Rourke. The teams would battle through heavy snow, automated defenses, and elite Sombra operatives as they would breach the inner sanctum. Rourke would reveal himself and set off a bunch of traps. As the team closed in on Rourke, Rourke would escape through a door located on the back of the bunker. Rourke would make a run for it, but Hesh and Logan would run after him. The brothers would finally catch up to Rourke, guns drawn, but Rourke, bruised and bloodied, tosses his weapon over the cliff's edge, smirking at them with a familiar taunting grin. Rourke says, "All these years and it comes to this? You think you're gonna take me down with a bullet?" Hesh lowers his gun, his rage boiling over. Hesh says, "This isn't about you anymore. It's about what you did to the Ghost, what you did to our family, to Logan." Rourke laughs. He knows he's pushed both of them to their limits. He looks at Logan, who remains silent but visibly tense, with his fists clenched. Rourke says, "Look at him, still broken. I made you strong, Logan. I made you better. But you're still trying to be a hero for your brother." Hesh and Rourke would engage in a fight. Rourke would grab Hesh by the throat and lift him off the ground, smashing him against a jagged rock. Logan would jump in to help, tackling Rourke off of his brother. But the fight becomes more chaotic as Rourke fights them both with an almost superhuman rage. Rourke manages to isolate Logan, taunting him as he beats him down. "Look at you, Logan. You were mine and you still are." Logan struggles to stand as flashes of his past torment under Rourke flicker in his mind. It's a key moment where Logan must face his demons head on. Seeing Logan in trouble, Hesh throws himself at Rourke, landing a series of desperate punches. But Rourke, fueled by his rage, throws Hesh to the ground and begins to choke him. Logan, battered but not beaten, drags himself back to his feet. As Rourke gets the upper hand, nearly choking Hesh to death, Logan lunges at him, tackling him to the ground. The two roll dangerously close to the cliff's edge. However, Logan gets the upper hand and he repeatedly punches Rourke in the face, and he hits him as hard as he can, while Rourke just laughs through the blood. "Do it, Logan, kill me just like I made you kill all of those men." Logan hesitates. His fists begin to tremble, but Hesh recovers from the ground and he sees this moment of weakness and he yells at Logan to end this. However, Logan cannot end it. He stands up and he backs away from Rourke. Rourke is already defeated, bloodied, but he just can't bring himself to kill him. Hesh picks up a pistol, walks over to Logan, tells him that it's okay, and then heads over to Rourke. Rourke is bloodied and beaten as he looks over at Hesh. Rourke begins to mock Hesh, and as Rourke is about to bring up Elias into the conversation, Hesh draws the weapon and blows his brains out. And with that, Rourke is finally dead. The camera cuts to a dramatic wide shot as Rourke's body tumbles over the edge of the cliff, disappearing into the abyss below. The storm howls louder as Logan stands on the cliff's edge, with Hesh by his side. They're both bruised and battered, but they're alive. Hesh looks over to Logan and tells him that it's finally over. Logan's still processing everything, not silently, and he watches to see if he can locate Rourke's body, as if he's expecting Rourke to rise again. But there's only silence this time, as Rourke is finally dead. They finally killed the man who tormented them for years, but the emotional scars remain. As they limp back to their extraction point, a final conversation between Hesh and Logan occur. The themes of brotherhood that has defined the series are very prevalent. Hesh tells Logan that they will rebuild, but most importantly, they'll be free of Rourke's shadow. Logan's still quiet, but visibly more at peace, nods. They board the helicopter, leaving the mountain and Rourke's memory behind. The screen fades to black and the final line from Hesh echoes, "Ghosts never die."